Hi guys, Watch Fanatic here. So what you're looking at is my Pagani Design. This is obviously a homage to the Air King, the Rolex Air King. And I've had this, I think I've had this about a year now, over a year perhaps. I wore it quite a lot to begin with, and then I got my Pagani Design GMT, so I stopped wearing it quite so much. But it's a great watch, I really like it. But there is an issue with this watch, which I'm hoping to maybe address with this video. This could all go really bad, but I'm willing to take a risk on this. And the issue is, okay, so I bought this watch, and the one I thought I was getting had brushed stainless steel looking lugs instead of this highly polished surface. I don't mind the highly polished on the side of the case, and also the bezel ring, which is like a fixed ring, that's highly polished. Now that would be usual. I think they all come highly polished. But the issue I've got with this, if I zoom in to show you, is this bezel, highly polished bezel, is extremely vulnerable to getting bashed. That's something I hadn't really considered about this watch when I bought it. And compared to a, one second. Well, I've had "Are you filming? No, I'm not" moment. So I completely mucked this up. I've just done pretty much the whole process I want to do, and I wasn't filming. So I've gone back. The only thing I've managed to capture is what you're seeing before this point now. So what I was trying to explain was, this is my Pagani Design GMT. And what it has is obviously a rotating bezel with a bezel insert, and you have this kind of textured, grooved edge, which is really good for hiding scratches and knocks. So this watch also has fully brushed top of the lugs. The sides are highly polished, which is I'm okay with that. They don't get hit too much. You can get the odd scratch on, but the top surface is all brushed. And this doesn't show so many knocks. So if you knock this, yes, the bezel can get scratched, but I can replace the bezel insert. That was only £4 or £5. This one's aluminium. The one before it I had on there was ceramic. I've got videos on how I swap out those inserts. And the ceramic inserts are very durable against scratches, because they're more like a glass basically, so they don't scratch so readily. Where this one, I haven't got any scratches yet, but it could well scratch up. But it's a lot better. So the Air King, so now I'm going to show you, I pretty much finished what I was going to do. I want to, and I am, creating a brushed stainless steel look. So where you saw before, the bezel was highly polished, I've used a bit of scouring pad, cut a bit of scouring pad off. That's the bit I was using to make a grain like that. Being careful not to go onto the highly polished sides, backwards and forwards in a uniform motion, applying a bit of pressure. And the same with the top. I've been able to create a brushed steel effect. I mean, it's not effect, we are creating brushed stainless steel basically. Knocking off the shininess and creating micro scratches which give you that brushed stainless steel look. And I've carried that on to the lugs. There's one lug I haven't done yet, I'm just about to do. You can see that one's very shiny, but these ones I've already done. Same method, going backwards and forwards, one direction, being careful not to go on the edges. It's a bit harder because you've got to get right into these corners, so getting my fingernail right up hard. Thus, so far, as I said, I've just lost all my footage. Well, there wasn't any. It wasn't recording. I don't know what happened there. I thought it was recording, it wasn't. So I'm kind of just going back over the process. I've just cut myself a new bit of scourer because this one is starting to become flat and used, but the new one will be quite coarse. So what I've learnt really is actually it's quite nice to start off with a coarser one and then finish off with one that's, because it's been used a little bit, it's not so scratchy and it's putting like a finer scratch on it, a finer grain on it. We're losing the light here, so the camera's struggling slightly. So let's finish off this last lug. So this video is going to be a little bit shorter than I was hoping, but I think at least you'll understand what I'm doing. You don't really need to see the whole thing being done. One lug, you just repeat the process on the others. And as I was saying on the other video, we didn't record, sorry about this camera vibrating. I'm on a glass table. It's on a little tripod. It's extremely sensitive to all the movements I'm putting on this watch. It's making the my camera, which is my phone, wobble around a little bit. So backwards and forwards. If I take it into the air a bit, it won't shake the table. Keep an eye on it. If you see anything shiny, go back to that area and try to put the scratches on it. You'll find that's the thing. You can kind of quite easily do the easy to get to areas. It's where you're getting close up to corners and edges is where you've got to pay a bit more attention and try to get your fingernail hard into those creases to lay down the scratches in that area. What you don't want to do is crisscross. You've got to go in the same way, otherwise it'll look like a mess. So you want lots of micro scratches all running in the same direction, creating like a grain as much as possible. And then I think I'll go back over it with this slightly more worn one to give it some softer scratches on top of those to finish that off a bit. As I was saying, the watch I originally bought, obviously it was highly polished bezel ring, highly polished lugs, but the one I thought I was getting didn't have highly polished lugs, so I was a bit disappointed with that. They usually come with brushed lugs, so I've rectified that. Now none of them, as far as I know, come with a brushed bezel, fixed bezel ring. So this could be a first. This is just something I want to do because I didn't want to see all these scratches on a highly polished bezel. The scratches which were there, which I think I showed you, where I've knocked it on a door handle or whatever, there were some nasty scratches here, even a little dink in the metal. And by doing this brushed effect, it's camouflaged that area. And any scratches that are yet to come from daily use are hopefully going to be a lot more camouflaged now because we've given it a brushed stainless steel look. I'm still going to pick them up on this highly polished side, which I could do brushed in the future, but for now I'm going to leave, see how we get on, because this one has the polished side as well. They usually have that, but that I could brush those in the future if they really start to get scratched up. So let's give that. I'm pretty much finished that now. It doesn't take long, a few minutes. Doesn't cost anything, just one of those scouring pads. So you don't need one with a sponge. That's the only one I had. You can buy those, what they call greenies, on their own. But it's the same stuff, so it will work the same. I think that looks pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. I was a bit worried about doing this. Obviously, I don't want to wreck, even if it is like a £50 watch or whatever. I can't remember how much I paid for this. It's got the NH35 A movement. So it's got a Seiko movement. It's a really good watch. Let's put it on. Because all the bracelet is brushed. I haven't done that. That's all standard from the factory brushed. And now we've got... Oh, the light is not great, is it? A completely brushed look. See if we can get a thumbnail here. Yeah, I like that. That was worth doing. It looks good. Doesn't look too amateurish at all. As you can see, the brushes all look neat, running around. Yeah, well, tell me what you think. The lugs look good. Anyway, please like and subscribe if you want to see more watch related content. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry I messed up the video, lost all the footage or didn't press record. But hopefully you've learned enough if you want to do this yourself. That's how to do it. Take care.